The Dallas Cowboys are making headlines once again, and this time it's centered around wide receiver George Pickens. Just a day after the Cowboys confirmed their commitment to keeping him on the franchise tag through the 2026 season, news broke that Pickens has signed his franchise tender. But what does this mean for the team, the player, and the rumors swirling about potential trades? I want to hear from you. Where are you watching from, and what do you think about the Cowboys' decision regarding Pickens? The chatter around the league speculated that the Cowboys might consider trading Pickens before the 2026 NFL Draft. However, Cowboys Executive Vice President Stephen Jones made it clear on Thursday night, "We have no intention of moving George." This is a strong statement from the front office, one that aims to quash any rumors and reaffirm their commitment to Pickens, who they are clearly excited about having on board. As Jones elaborated, the franchise sees Pickens as a key contributor ready to hit the ground running. Yet, let's not gloss over the complexities of the situation. There have been concerns regarding Pickens' maturity, which may have factored into the decision not to guarantee him money beyond the 2026 season. It's an interesting dynamic. While the Cowboys are optimistic about his potential, they also seem to be cautious in their long-term investment. An NFL source suggested that the Cowboys were hoping Pickens' camp would approach them with a deal this spring, which raises questions about the team's true intentions. Are they genuinely committed to Pickens, or are they keeping the door open for trade discussions if the right offer comes along? Financially, Pickens is set to make around $27.3 million this coming season. The Cowboys have made it clear they are not inclined to pay him anywhere near the whopping four-year, $168.6 million deal awarded to Seattle's Jackson Smith-Njigba earlier this offseason. Signing the franchise tender suggests that Pickens is poised to play in the regular season without holding out, which is a relief for Cowboys fans. However, there's a larger strategy at play. If the Cowboys choose to retain Pickens' rights for 2027, the franchise tag could apply again, resulting in a substantial 20% salary increase, potentially reaching around $33.6 million. While this is a hefty sum, it still falls short of the current market value for top-tier receivers. So, while Pickens has a financial incentive to perform at his best, it also positions the Cowboys in a delicate balancing act where they must consider both his on-field contributions and the long-term financial implications. For now, it seems George Pickens will be under immense pressure to deliver elite performance in what is essentially a contract year. He has millions of reasons to focus, and if he channels that into productive gameplay, he could solidify his standing within the franchise. But let's keep an eye on the developments. This situation is fluid, and the Cowboys' strategy could shift as the season unfolds. As we move on, the focus will shift to the next piece of news that could potentially impact the Cowboys season. Stay tuned, because the excitement just keeps building. In a move that has stirred the pot in the Dallas Cowboys camp, wide receiver George Pickens has agreed to sign his franchise tender for the 2026 season, which will see him pocket a hefty $27.3 million. This development not only clarifies Pickens' immediate future, but opens the door to several intriguing possibilities for both him and the Cowboys. As fans, we need to dissect what this means for the team moving forward, especially considering the context of past decisions and the ever-evolving landscape of the NFL. The most straightforward scenario here is a short-term fix that allows Pickens to prove himself once again. By betting on his ability to deliver another standout season, he positions himself for a lucrative contract when he eventually hits the open market. This approach makes sense, especially given the Cowboys' previous reluctance to use the franchise tag twice on the same player, which would significantly impact their salary cap. If Pickens shines this year, he could be in line for a monster deal that reflects his growing value, but it's also a gamble. Now, let's pivot to the Cowboys' recent history with player negotiations. Recall the debacle with superstar edge rusher Micah Parsons just last season. The Cowboys shipped him off to the Green Bay Packers in a move that netted them 2 first-round picks and defensive lineman Kenny Clark. Those picks facilitated other strategic trades, including the acquisition of Quinnen Williams at the trade deadline. The Cowboys have shown a willingness to pivot quickly when it comes to player value, and Pickens might find himself in a similar situation. It's crucial to note that both Pickens and Parsons share the same agent. This connection makes the landscape even murkier. ESPN's Adam Schefter has already highlighted that once Pickens signs his tender, he becomes eligible for trade at any moment. The Cowboys acquired Pickens for a third-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, and given his performance last season, they could command a more significant return if they decide to move him this offseason. If the front office senses that a long-term deal is off the table and risk losing Pickens after the following season looms large, trading him could become a tempting option. However, it's essential to approach the Cowboys' statements with a healthy dose of skepticism. The organization has publicly stated they are not pursuing a long-term contract extension with Pickens in 2026. But let's be real, what teams say in public often differs from what they do behind closed doors. History tells us that a single phone call can change everything, and the Cowboys have a penchant for dragging their negotiations through the media, creating a narrative filled with unexpected twists. Now, with the confirmation that Pickens will be participating in off-season activities, unless he gets traded, the atmosphere surrounding him has shifted from contentious to collaborative. The tension that once existed has dissipated, allowing both parties to focus on the task at hand, maximizing the upcoming season. As we watch this story unfold, it's vital to keep our eyes on how the Cowboys manage both their salary cap and their roster. The ramifications of this decision extend beyond just Pickens. They will influence how the team approaches future drafts and trades. The stakes are high, and the implications of each move could set the tone for the Cowboys' trajectory in the coming years. What do you think, Cowboys fans? Are you optimistic about Pickens' potential impact this season? Or do you fear the specter of a trade looming over his head? Let's hear where you're watching from and your thoughts on the situation. Up next, we'll dive into the latest draft rumors and how they might shape the Cowboys roster for the future. Just as the dust settled from the opening round of the draft, news broke that George Pickens is set to sign his franchise tag with the Dallas Cowboys. This timely development has sparked lively discussions among fans and analysts alike about the possibility of a trade. Where are you watching from, Cowboys Nation? And what's your take on this potential move? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. While it's true that a long-term contract could still be negotiated between Pickens and the Cowboys, the organization has made it clear they are not interested in heading down that path at the moment. The franchise tag must be signed before any trade can occur, creating a window for speculation. However, contrary to what some may hope, the Cowboys front office is adamant about their intentions to keep Pickens in Dallas. EVP Stephen Jones stated unequivocally after the draft, "We have no intention of moving George. We're fired up about him signing his tag because it means he's ready to come in here and get to work. We have zero intention of moving him." This declaration should put some of the trade rumors to rest, at least for now. By signing the tag, Pickens can participate in off-season workouts, a critical opportunity for him to build on a stellar 2025 season where he recorded impressive numbers: 93 receptions, 1,429 yards, and 9 touchdowns. With such a productive season under his belt, expectations are high for him to continue that momentum as he teams up with CeeDee Lamb again this coming year. However, the financial implications cannot be ignored. With Pickens set to earn around $27.3 million, the Cowboys face a challenging balancing act in managing contracts, especially when it comes to securing both Lamb and Pickens on long-term deals. The whispers in the wind suggest that 2027 may see Pickens donning another uniform, which adds an air of urgency to the Cowboys' current roster decisions. The draft itself saw the Cowboys focus on defense, selecting safety Caleb Downs at number 11 and edge rusher Malachi Lawrence at number 23. This was expected, as bolstering the defense has been a priority for quite some time. If the Cowboys had opted for a receiver, it would have intensified discussions around Pickens' future, but they chose to fortify their defense instead. While there's still potential to add depth at wide receiver in the later rounds of the draft, it's clear that the front office sees Pickens as a pivotal player in the offensive scheme moving forward. As we look ahead, June 1st marks the start of OTAs for Dallas, followed closely by mandatory minicamp. For Cowboys fans, the anticipation builds as they hope to see Pickens in action, fully engaged and ready to take on the challenges of year 2 as a Cowboy. His presence at these events is crucial, especially after the signing of the franchise tag, ensuring he is in sync with the team's plans and strategies. In closing, while the trade rumors may bubble beneath the surface, the current reality is that George Pickens is firmly in the Cowboys' plans for the immediate future. As fans, we should embrace this moment, rally behind our team, and look forward to what should be another thrilling season. Don't forget to subscribe for the latest updates on the Cowboys and share your thoughts below about Pickens and the team's direction.